Thanks for staying here on the JoyNews channel, your most credible news source. This is News Desk. Now, JoyNews' Emmanuel Jivenu has been speaking to some Ghanaians ahead of the president's media encounter.
It's barely 2 years since the NPP took over the administration of this country. They came into power promising Ghanaians a lot of things. Talk about free SHS, talk about one district, one factory, talk about one constituency, 1 million Ghana cedis, just to mention but a few. But as government marks 2 years in government come January, have they lived up to expectations to the ordinary Ghanaians? Well, we'll be speaking to some few students of GIG and find out what they make of the Akuffo-Addo government. Yeah, I want to find out from you, which promises do you remember the Akuffo-Addo government gave, and have they lived up to expectation?
Okay, so during the campaign trip, the NPP actually promised free education. When they came, they have done enough. They have actually implemented the free education policy, but I don't think they're actually doing it enough. Like, there's been problems here and there. There's been difficulties. The students have faced difficulties. More, let's say when you go there, the housing, let's say where they will sleep, their food, everything. It's been a problem so far. Okay. And then one district, one dam, right? Well, up till now, I've not really had a record of any district having a dam, or 2 or 3 districts.
It's actually one village, one dam.
One village, one dam. Yeah. I've not seen any village boasting of a dam now. So far, it's been 2 years. They are doing well, but I don't think they've actually done it to our expectations.
Okay, very well. But let me come to you. I mean, it's been barely 23 months into the Akuffo-Addo-led administration or in government. What do you make of the administration so far? Have they lived up to expectations?
Well, I think it's been a long way coming. I think this is a government that had a lot of things in mind in terms of things to do, because a lot of people described it as one which had big policies, grand visions and all of that. At least I remember, like you said, the free education. We talk about one district, one factory, and one village, one dam, about the $1 million one constituency program, and one district, one warehouse and all of that, planting for food and jobs. These are a number of policies they came up with. In terms of my expectation having been met or not, I will try and put it in a certain framework, a framework of the education, the free senior high school education. It has been implemented, but despite its implementation, it has been fraught with a number of issues here and there, which necessitated the bringing into force of the double track system here and there. So clearly, in as much as it has been implemented, it has had its own issues. And I think the president made a profound statement to the effect that it will be implemented, issues will come, and they try and work around it. So the implementation of the free senior high school policy, I think, is commendable. I think one policy that I'm still looking for its full implementation, although a lot of talk has been done around it, is the one constituency, one ambulance policy that has put together. I learned this Ministry for Special Development Initiatives is responsible for that, and I did come across a statement where they say it's going to be implemented in 2019. It is yet to be implemented, and looking at how dire ambulances are in Ghana, I think it is needful that we see that policy come to pass. So within the framework of free senior high school education and even the ambulance, I think if the ambulance come to a large extent, I'll say my expectations have been met in terms of grading it or percentage-wise. Then if the ambulance comes, then I think they are scoring about 70% in that regard.
Very well. But let me come back to you. What do you make about standard of living? Has your standard of living improved?
Me particularly, no, it still remains the same. Nothing has changed that much to me particularly, and I think that a lot of Ghanaians are going through hardship, and as we witness in the banking crisis where people have lost their jobs and they are now homeless and do not have jobs to take care of even their kids and all that. I think these are some of the economic challenges that we are facing as a society, and I think that we're still hoping that something good will be done about it. Yeah, that's particularly my view about it.
Okay. But let me come back to you. The government promise of taking or scrubbing off some taxes to help businesses grow. Isn't that something we need to commend government about?
But the question is, has it been implemented? Have you seen any taxes being ripped off, any goods or anything? That's what we have to ask. That's a question we have to ask. So I'm not actually out there, let's say, doing anything that will, let's say, will make me see that there's been taxes scrapped off some things. But let's go out there, ask the women out there, the market women, those at the magazines and all this. Let's ask those people, have they seen any improvement or any changes concerning their taxes? Yes. Well, that's a
And now we'll be bringing you more on the president's encounter with the media at 5 p.m. later today.